Hello, welcome back to another week. This week, I'll be discussing the main menu and the progress I have so far on it. This is the first post that I'm making for the main menu. I thought since this is week 6, it's better if I just get this out of the way and just show what I currently have so I can receive some feedback for it. Let's start with the main menu. Bear in mind, everything I currently have is a work in progress. All of this can change with the next post that I make for the main menu. We have just a normal text, just to state the main menu. 3 buttons. Bear in mind the assets that I'm using is free assets from a website. All the assets, anything that I use, obviously I will pretty much reference them all, but I will be doing this at the end, like pretty much at the end. Like it will be the final post that I make. The final post that I make will be listing all the referencing everything that I used, where I got them from, where I used it at, so forth, basically pretty much. Just so if it's at the bottom, it's easier to find. Because if I start putting the references in like each post, it could get lost and then people would wonder, where I got this from. But yeah, it's better if I just do it at the end. Anyways, I have the 3 buttons, pretty standard: play button, options, and exit button. In the play button, in the graph, pretty simple. Just open a level. Pretty much all of them open level. The actual main menu level, sorry, the actual main menu level is pretty simple. What just makes this different is the anything that I add to it, like animations and such. I have added animations to this, and I will just show that quickly here. For the pretty much two of the buttons, but I will be on 3 buttons. I have the color and opacity. I don't think I actually need a color and opacity. No, I don't need color and opacity. I just have a transformer. The transformer will pretty much just get bigger. So when you hover it, the button will grow in size. It's just a little touch that I made to basically let the player know that you're on that button. And then obviously when you create the when you create it, you get the play the animation, which is right here. Button of hover, play animation. Have that for both of them, and then I have them in reverse as well. So obviously you need them in reverse. So when you get out of it, when you're not unhovered right here, when you're not hovered, play it in reverse so it goes back down. Just some little simple stuff. You will see it when I press the play button, or in other videos, previous videos. When I obviously press play button, you will see the buttons grow. So that's the only animation I currently have on these buttons. Obviously, I will plan to create more for them and for all the other buttons as well. Let's move on to the actual options. When you click on it, this is the options panel currently. All of this design could change as well. The background would change, everything would change. Obviously, I will plan to include assets for the background, like a black, black border or something. I'm gonna try to put this there just to make it look nice. Yeah, obviously, the aesthetic I'm going for like dark, like maybe dark blue, dark like just black. There's something airy, That's what I'm trying to go for. All the 4 buttons right here. This button right here will be the accessibility tab. When you click it, it will open the accessibility. I don't currently have anything for this one. As you know, this is work in progress, like I said. I have the display, the graphics, the controls, and the accessibility. This button, the close, it will close the tab, the options tab. It will pretty much just close it and make you go back to the main menu. In the graph, this is just opening all the widgets. Like if I click the graphics, it will just open all of them. Pretty standard stuff. The high level the high level blueprints will all come inside the actual buttons itself, like when you click on the actual buttons, which we'll go on to now. This is the display. This is what I currently have. Maybe I could include some more stuff, but I have the display. These buttons, bear in mind, these buttons actually work currently. They are working. The resolution is, I'm not sure if this is actually working, but I have the graph set for it. This resolution, you can pretty much just change the resolution of the game to fit your screen size. 1080p, 21 by 40, which is 4K, 2K, and then 720p, which is smaller than that. Windowed mode and full screen is just changing your display basically. The graph for them are Oh, I did not add the graph for this yet. I thought I did, but I did not. Interesting. Yeah, okay, so I didn't have the actual functions for this yet. I think I did the functions for the actual options, not the options, the graphics. I don't think I touched the, I didn't touch the display yet. But yeah, the blueprints for this, I already know what to do. It's pretty simple. I will make this happen. I will come back to it in the next post you see about the main menu. This will all be working with assets and everything with it as well. Let's move on to the graphics tab. We have the frame limit, view distance, post processing, anti-aliasing, texture quality, and I will also add shadow quality as well. All of these buttons do work. I have a function for these, by the way. I didn't finish all the buttons, by the way. I only finished, I think I got up to post processing. I'm pretty sure. Or maybe at view distance. I'll just double check here. I got up to, yeah, post processing. Yeah, I knew it. Um, Basically, let's start with the function. These functions are pretty much when you press the buttons, it will stay like pressed. You know, you don't only press a button, it will be highlighted. It's just to it will save the button, like it will save you pressing the button. Just so when you come back to the options menu, you would know that okay, you know, that is the button that I pressed. Okay, let me go and press another button because I know which one I previously pressed. This is what these are. These are just setting all of them. So set is enabled. See, as you can see, set is enabled. This is the boolean, so it's just yes or no. And then in the actual, let me go back to the event graph. In the actual like buttons itself for the FPS limit, it's pretty simple. Just setting the frame limit, frame limit to 30, 60, 120. This is not supposed to say 30. This is supposed to say unlimited. Interesting. This is supposed to be 0. Yeah, that's supposed to be 0. Not, I don't know whatever that said, but yeah, that's not supposed to say that. As you can see, unlimited. It's supposed to say unlimited. Apply settings. This is all just applying the settings. This is applying the settings when you click it. And then these are the functions that I created. So select FPS. So this is the 30 FPS. It will highlight it as the 30 FPS that you pressed. Same thing for the view distance. Apply the settings, get the view distance. 0 pretty much is, as you can see right here, look, this is pretty much easier for you since all of them are integer. 0 means low, 1 means medium, 2 means high, 3 means epic, 4 means cinematic, and so on pretty much. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So this 3 is epic in the actual settings. Apply the settings, and again the same function, view distance, set it to epic. When you click it, it will save the actual click. Same thing for post processing. This is going to be the same for all of them. Shadow quality, texture quality, it's going to be all of them since the functions are already in the game. This is user settings. It's all going to be the same. 0 again for low, high. 0 means the lowest, and then 4 or 3, I guess right here, means the highest. Apply the settings, and again the same function. Pretty standard stuff, honestly. What matters about all of this is the actual design of the menu. But yeah, these buttons do actually work, and they do change the settings in the game so far, that I'm aware, which I tested already. The controls for this, I don't know if I'm actually gonna go for this design, but currently I'm just gonna show the player what controls are in the game. The controls for the game are already inside the game. Obviously, when I'm playing and I go over to the left side, I can see all the controls, but obviously I want to show it in the main menu for clarity. And obviously in a game, that's where the controls would be. So yeah, just the movement. Pause game for P. This design, I don't know if I'm trying to think on how the best way to show the player the settings, but I can just do the name here and then the actual function for it on the other side, or put them on one side and then yeah. Well, I'm still thinking about this one. This is gonna be semi last one. Accessibility will be the last one I do, but I'll come back to the controls later on. Obviously, there's no actual functions for it. It's just going back the back button for them. The main menu, there isn't much to do with the graph in the main menu. It's more about the designer in the main menu. So yeah, that's why that's why I just wanted to show the actual and talk about the design instead of the graph, because there's not much to do in the graph. Even if there is, it's pretty just repeat and rinse and repeat pretty much. And that's pretty much it actually. Just to show off the actual inside the game. As you can see, when I hover it, it will get bigger. and then it'll go back down after I stop hovering it. Same thing for the other one. Looks pretty nice. I could add more things to this as well. Give it some more noise. The play button, obviously, it plays the game, so I'm not going to click it. Options menu, this is how it's going to look. Have the tab at the top, with the name of the menu. This is the close button that goes back to the main menu. The display, I have a blur on all of them, by the way, so when you click an actual tab, it blurs out everything else, so your main focus will be the actual tab that you opened. Obviously these settings don't actually work, so none of this will work. Even if I click it, none of them will work. Back button, the graphics, these work. Setting the frame limit. As you can see, the game just got bigger because I'm setting the frame limit. View distance. This is what I was talking about, by the way. You see how it's highlighted, gray like that? That's the that's the function that I made. Same thing for processing. These two I haven't really made a function for them, so there's nothing for it right now. But yeah, these three do work. These are actually working inside the game. I forgot the commandment for showing FPS, but it's fine. Just know that they're actually working. So if I set it to unlimited, your frame rate will be unlimited, view distance high, epic, low. And lastly, the controls. This is what I currently have. Back button, and then obviously this is the accessibility, which has no function at the moment for it. Oh, there's a little bug that I found, as you can see. I would have to like click this a few times. See this? It just bugs out. Honestly, the actual main menu stays. This is this is the bug that I found after playing around with the menu. I think it's pretty much great in multiple menus on top of each other, which is kind of weird. But yeah, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching.